This is a story of a faraway village, on the edge of a forgotten island where stood a great lighthouse and a sailor named Captain Tom. Captain Tom is a naval captain who came home from the war to find his beloved wife had ran off with another man. Tom lost his home. Despondent and without hope, Captain Tom went back to the small island where he spent his childhood. Upon arriving on the island, Tom walked the beach until he came to the lighthouse where his uncle Emmett was the lighthouse keeper. With the sound of waves crashing against the reefs and with the winds howling outside, Captain Tom woke early every morning to the safety of the lighthouse. But with the loss of his parents 2 years earlier in a massive storm that hit the island and damaged part of his parents' home, and the betrayal of his wife, Tom spent many days just looking out toward the sea. His uncle Emmett would sit by the window reading his Bible in the afternoons. He would look over at his nephew and sigh, "Tom, you must not waste the pain. God can find purpose for us through any circumstances. We must trust him to guide us." Tom could not find comfort in those words, so he would leave and walk the length of the town and back. In the small seaside town now, with boarded up shops and empty docks, the place felt empty, with seagulls circling and crying above him. Tom wandered around the island, where there once was a town full of people and laughter. Now there is only a few souls who stayed behind, mainly old fishermen and their families. Tom would wave as he passed by sometimes. He would offer to help pull in the haul from the boats. Tom had sailed the world as a Navy man, and being back here now, everything felt hopeless. The frequent storms and lack of jobs had scared many of the residents away. Captain Tom missed the voices, the music, and the friends he once knew. The lighthouse became Tom's new home, quiet, lonely, and full of memories. After doing his rounds with his uncle in the lighthouse, Tom would take to hiking through windy cliffs of the island. Walking cleared his mind. On one sunny afternoon while exploring a new trail, Tom heard a low humming sound. He followed the sound and discovered a cave. And in the cave, the buzzing sounds were bees. Tom had found a hidden cave filled with bees. They hummed and buzzed like a tiny orchestra. And there a sweet discovery, the largest honeycomb he had ever seen. Tom learned how to gather honey carefully, taking only a little at a time so the bees could stay happy. He shared the honey with the few neighbors who were left, and for the first time since coming home, he was able to smile. A few months later, another storm hit the island, rain lashing against the lighthouse windows, the light flickering out. Uncle Emmett went out in the dark to fix the generator when he was struck by flying debris and hurt his leg. Tom had to drive 4 hours to the next town to get to a clinic to treat his uncle's leg. Tom's uncle broke his leg and would be in the clinic for weeks to heal up. Back in the dark lighthouse, Tom sat by the window with his mom's Bible, trying to read in the emptiness of the room. With a single candle casting shadows against the walls of the lighthouse, Tom thought back to his childhood home and the sight of his mother making candles and selling them to the tourists that used to visit. Tom wondered if he could make candles with the honeycomb. The next day, Tom went back to his parents' home and found his mother's candle-making tools and made a batch of candles. At first, they burned out too fast, and the wick that he used caused it to smoke more than give light. So he made adjustment to his recipe, and he was able to create a wonderfully scented candle that lasted more than 4 hours. Tom partnered with a few of the residents of the small town and reopened the small market and began selling honey and candles to friendly islanders. Soon, Tom began making more candles and selling them to the next town. People loved the warm light and sweet scent of the candles. Each trip brought new smiles and new friends. Word spread, and people all over began requesting jars of honey and boxes of the candles made in the island lighthouse. People would rent out the rooms for the peace and rustic nature of the place. Someone posted pictures of the lighthouse with the waves breaking on the reef, and soon college kids were headed there to surf the waves. The lighthouse glows with candlelight and laughter now. With bees humming nearby, Captain Tom knows he's not alone. It took a while, but Tom found joy again. The bees have the island, and the island has him.